Welcome to Watch Us Cooking, and today we're going to make a scrumptious afternoon treat, and it is delicious yogurt cake. The ingredients, tools, everything we will use today, but I'm going to start with the ingredients. We will use some plain yogurt, granulated sugar, some eggs, vanilla extract, vegetable oil, all-purpose flour, baking powder. We'll use some butter and some extra flour in the separate bowls for the dusting of our circular baking pan. We'll also use another mixing bowl, like a very large mixing bowl, spatula. I'm going to use this little electric whisker thing because I don't want to bring out the whole KitchenAid because then I'll have to clean it. So this is more practical. Use it if you have it. Let's get into cooking. We need to, I just got like a nice lump of butter. I didn't put exact measurements, I just put enough so we can spread it around. And all-purpose flour. First, we're just gonna grab a chunk and just start spreading it all around the bottom, just like this. If you don't have butter, you can use margarine. It's basically the same, not the same thing, but it does equally as well. So you're just going to want to smear it on all the sides. You can't miss a single spot, otherwise when you're otherwise when you're unmolding it, it'll be pain, because then when you're taking it off, then there'll be a part it gets stuck, and then when it gets stuck, then it'll be all unsymmetrical, and you know. So I didn't even use all this butter. I only used one tiny chunk because it can't be too thick either, otherwise it will change the composition and density, thickness of the cake's batter. Wow, I'm really sounding like my science teacher. Now I'm gonna do it the way my mother taught me. Dunk it all in, then you just start moving it all around, and you're just going to put it all on the edge, start moving it all around. Normally we do it over the sink, but and then all the excess you just put it down and just, my hands are dirty, or you can use your chin, but all the excess is gone. It's completely baked. Now I'll clean this mess up and I'll be right back. Now, my dog's going crazy, but now I will beat the eggs, vanilla, sugar, and oil. Now, I'll mix that with this. Let's see if it doesn't explode in our faces. I'm gonna go on the first speed until it gets thickened, or it starts to mix, then I'm gonna go with the second, now the third. Now I'll just keep mixing till it's fully homogeneous. And right before I started mixing this, I preheated my oven to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Be careful with this because it might splutter in your faces. You have been warned. I'll be back when this is done. It should look something like this. The color is lighter and looks creamy. One more thing, with the baking pan, you can also, if you want, do the whole process of putting parchment paper on the bottom, like trace your pen, the works. Now it's time to gently, emphasis on the gently, and we need to gently, Wait, emphasis on the gently. Yes. Fold this in. Otherwise, we'll break the egg or some crazy science composition bond chemical thing will happen. I'm not sure. Just mix it slowly and with care, like it's a newborn baby. Nothing dramatic, slow. Incorporate everything, even from the sides. That's why it's good to have a metal bowl, because you can just spin it and keep mixing until it's all fully mixed. Now that our mixture has been incorporated, our flour, baking powder, whisk. Do not use the electric mixer for this. I repeat, do not, otherwise something similar to what happened with the oil will happen again, but except flour. It'll go everywhere, trust me. And we need to whisk this super thoroughly, otherwise let's just mix it so we don't know what happens. Now, just again, scrape all the sides of the baking pan, and we'll just in one hit add in all our dry ingredients. And now here comes the gently folding it in, and then you grow impatient and just mix it. Make sure to incorporate it all in, otherwise when you bite it, you will have like some flour clops or clumps, and then it won't taste good since you've done all this work and you don't want it to go to waste. So mix it all nice evenly so that you remove all these like clumps, and we'll get back when it's at that stage. Now, nicely incorporated, we're going to just pour it all in and spread it out evenly. We are going to need to scrape it all, and you can use a spatula to spread this out, or one of these fabulous things. This can also help scrape off some extra dough, but I prefer the spatula. So you need to just scrape it all and just knock it in. You can do it like this, spread it out. Or with one of these, you can just go smoothing it out, bringing the parts with more batter to the less parts with batter. Wow, that did not make sense, did it? Just gonna spread it out evenly, and when you think it's ready, you're gonna let gravity do the work, and then touch up, and then we'll bake at 175 degrees Celsius in the preheat oven. You need to preheat it at the time I already said. Right before you're gonna mix in the wet mixture, before the yogurt, you're gonna start preheating it. And now we're gonna cook it for 35 to 40 minutes. Time for 40 minutes, and when you press it down, bounces back up, it's ready. And when it's clean with a toothpick, it's good. So now I've waited 10 minutes after I've taken it out of the oven. Now I'm just gonna unmold it pretty easily. Now here comes the scary part. Butter and flour. In my opinion, butter and flour does way better than parchment paper. Flip. Now, I'm gonna teach you 2 ways how to plate it. The fancy way and the I just want to eat this now, I'm too impatient way. Let's begin with the impatient way first. So I'm not gonna cut out all it because we need to leave it mostly intact for the special way. So You would do it like this, but I'm just gonna do it halfway. And you would normally cut it in quarter like that, so then we'll go take half. And that is one perfect portion. Now, for any regular day, you're just going to want to grab some ice cream. Trick is, I heated these spoons on the gas stove, so much so that they can burn through right our ice cream. And now you're gonna...
That bit's for Dad, huh?
Yes. Now I'm gonna make a cornell, or as close to it as I can. You're just gonna want to shape it. Gonna look beautiful. But I'm impatient, so there we go. Best I can do. Let's give it a quick taste before it melts. Perfect slice, right on the tip, and a nib. A nib and a nib. Let's give it a taste. First, just the cake though. It's delicious, nice, fluffy, and not too sweet. Now, with the ice cream. Way better. Let's give this aside and keep it for Dad. Now let's go to the fancy way. By the way, for me. So, for the fancy way, circular cutter. You can get right as close to the edge and just, I don't know what that's called, whack it. But now we have our...
Downward pressure.
Yes. Keep that in for better storage. Now, because it's fancy, shoot off any crumbs on the top of the cake because it tastes the same, the extra flavor. Now, I made this chocolate mousse, but I made this chocolate mousse for my family, but I didn't whip the eggs whites enough, so I made it into a ganache kind of thing. It's basically, I just made like a chocolate cream thing. Here comes the fun bit. You grab a big tablespoon, plop it, then you just... I really feel like Master Chef now. And if you want, a cornell on top of the ice cream. I'll do that quickly because I'm gonna watch a tutorial. Okay, bye. And this is how you elevate it from a normal cake to a fancy dessert to impress all your colleagues or whoever's coming to your home. It'll taste 10 times better because if it looks good, it'll taste better. I don't know why, our brains are just tricked. But to get the perfect bite, tiny bit of the mousse on top of the cake, a little bit of the cornell, if you can get some, or just, that's enough. That tastes 10 times better.
Hits the spot.
Yes, 10 times better just because it's circular. See, even people are racing out here to get it. Thanks for watching today's fun episode, and I can't wait to make a next video. I hope you guys watch it. Recipe in description for the cake. This mousse, I kind of ganache. I was trying to make a mousse, but it didn't work, so I added more cream, and it came like a ganache thing. Thanks. And for the ice cream, it was caramel biscuit thing from Haagen-Dazs. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.